2, 1. Perfect. You nailed it. Welcome back to Lady on the Street podcast. My name is Priscilla, and if you are returning here, thank you so much. If it's your first time, I'm so excited to have you here. We're switching it up for this episode because today, this is actually the first time that I am meeting my guests. So it's something I always do. I'm going to go ahead and read the intro. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So today we're here with a lady who I already know is making a name for herself in the event rentals industry here in San Antonio. And let me tell you, she's not your ordinary linen lady, okay? No. This girl right here, she has some of the most beautiful backdrops that I've ever seen. I'm telling you, if you have a wedding proposal, there's a wall for that. If you have a quince, there's a wall for that. If you have a retirement or a boudoir shoot.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's a wall for that too, and they're all gorgeous. So when you look at the concept of this, it's one of those things where you feel like, damn, why didn't I think of that, Yeah. Because it's just that good, and I honestly cannot wait to hear all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, while she may put up walls for a living, today we're here to have her break them down. Jamie, thank you so much with Wonderwalls SA. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. She's a little nervous, but I told her there's no reason. We're friendly.
Yeah, I am nervous.
Okay, so first things first, let's see. I always ask everybody that comes here, what is your drink of choice? You chose?
Moscato.
Moscato. Tell me a little bit why. Tell me why.
Well, of course, so it could just ease.
But why Moscato? Like, not beer, not...
Honestly, because I just love how it feels. I feel like just so bougie holding a wine glass.
That's a good reason. I agree with that. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's always good, right?
Yes, it is.
So when I first started drinking wine, Moscato was the first type of wine that I lean to. I think it's a lot of people's first, right?
I think it's sweet and easy to drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's cold.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so we're having some Moscato. We're loosening up. We're warming up just a little bit. I talked about it briefly. It's the first time that I'm meeting you, but it is a small world because we do have kind of a connection.
Right.
A friend of mine is your cousin.
Yes, it is.
Small world. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Can I ask, how old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
36. Mm-hmm. Are you from San Antonio?
I'm from San Antonio, born and raised in the South Side.
South Side.
Yes.
Same.
Yes.
South San.
Yeah, you know what? I was speaking to my cousin, and I was letting her know, like, hey, I'm going to come do this, and I showed her your page, and she said, is her name Priscilla? And I said, yes. And she said, I went to South San with her.
Really?
Yes, Bianca Garcia.
Bianca Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
I think she might be a year younger than me, maybe. Is she Pell?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Bianca.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's a year younger than me, or maybe a couple years. But I remember her as well.
Yes, she remembered. Yeah.
I always say it's like a small San Antonio, an even smaller South Side,
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. You're from the South Side. You're 36. Are you single, married, not looking?
I'm single.
She's single.
I'm not sure if I'm looking or not, but
yeah.
I'm definitely single.
Yeah. And do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3. I have a 17, an 8, and a 9.
17, 8, and 9. Okay.
Yes.
My math is not good enough. What's the age gap between the 17 and the 8? Almost 10 years? 9 years apart?
9, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Again, we went to the South Side.
Yes, that says a lot, right? I'm like, I chose a career in words, not numbers.
Right, exactly. I decorate for a living.
I'm glad we could be a little honest about that.
Yes.
9 years apart. The gap in between I've said this before, the gap in between mine are 11. So, but you're like in that golden era right now, because right now my 2 little ones are still really small.
Yes.
You've passed that hump.
I did. Yeah. So they're pretty self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So I don't have to, cater to them. Hey, go to sleep. They're going to go to sleep.
So there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Definitely. Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Well, it was funny, if I can just mention, I was like, I've been following her social media for a while now. So it's kind of weird when you don't know somebody, but like you know about them because of social, right?
Hmm.
You mentioned this. I feel like I was like, she's a little mysterious because I didn't know who was behind Wonderwalls SA because you don't post
I
yourself.
don't know. I don't. That's my goal for this year is to be more in front of the camera so my clients can see and be more personable. So when I go and set up my stuff,
Yeah.
they know, they feel like they know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think it would be helpful. But I think if you're not used to doing it, it's obviously something you need to adjust to.
for sure. And
Yeah.
I do have mentors like in New York and Houston. We have a party. I went to her master class, and she is constantly like in front of the camera,
Mhm.
and she said that's when you connect with your clients,
Yeah.
and they feel like they know you. So whether someone's even doing the same thing, they'll go to you because
Yes.
they feel like they know you, and
Mhm.
because you're personable with your
Yes.
page. And I definitely need to work on that. But I've been lucky to build my page and my clientele without being behind the camera.
Yeah.
I'm very, very little behind the camera,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it's
I
because I'm
guess
shy.
when you step up in that aspect and you put yourself out there, it becomes less transactional, I think,
Mhm.
and more, like you said, personable. They know you, they want to give their business to you. So
Mhm.
I hope that it works out for you and that you get comfortable. And maybe this is like the little
The
icebreaker that
first
you need.
step, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good first step.
Good. Well, I'm glad. And again, I said thank you, but I'm going to say it a million more times. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, so I wanted to say the first time that I had seen, let me explain a little bit, I guess. For those of you who don't know the concept behind what she does, it's basically not basic at all, but basically it's backdrops that are from anywhere from florals to you give me a little snippet of what it is.
Basically, like luxury flower walls and our arches.
Mhm.
That's my focus. And what I definitely want to stay in the wedding industry.
Mhm.
I used to do balloons or shimmer walls and other things like that, but I this year I stopped doing balloons. I still have like very few that I've already booked, but um I really just want to stay with flower walls.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too is that I'm sure there are people that do some of the flower walls, but everybody does balloons, you know?
Mhm.
So what you're doing is very unique. I feel like you're very ahead of it, and you're one of the first people, at least that I've seen in San Antonio, who's offering,
Yeah.
like you said, the luxury
Mhm.
flower walls and flower arches.
Yes, yes.
And they're
Mhm.
so pretty.
Thank you
So
so much.
the first time that I actually saw one of these, and tell me if I'm wrong,
Mhm.
but it was like 2014, Kim K, Kanye, their wedding.
Yes, I don't know if that was the first one,
Yeah.
but for sure, definitely was inspired by that.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was the first time that I remember seeing something like that, and I was like, this is beautiful. And after that, I remember people started to kind of like, try and emulate that from her hair to her dress to everything, right?
Yes.
She's Kim fucking Kardashian, okay? So yeah, 2014, Kim K, but 10 years later, it's reaching the average girl and guy like you and I,
Yeah,
So
we can have it at our
we
weddings.
can.
Yeah.
I love that so much. So tell me a little bit about what you were doing before you started this.
Before I started Wonderwalls, I was working for USAA as an insurance agent.
Hmm.
And there, we all had like little roles, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh, you take the notes, you take the meeting minutes. I guess that's meeting minutes. See, I didn't really care.
Hmm.
Everybody had little tasks in our team. And everywhere I went to different teams, I was always the birthday decorator. I was always in charge of decorating everybody's cubicle, keeping track of everybody's birthdays. And it's not a coincidence, like
Yeah.
God just put that in my heart. It was just in me. I just didn't know that
Yeah.
that's what I was meant and made to do.
I
Until,
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah. So, that's what I did. I worked at USA for about 8 years until I had to stop because I was working, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 at USA, 40 hours, and then Wonder Walls on the weekends, and it just
Mhm.
became too much.
Yeah.
And so I had to scale, what I wanted to do. And of
Yeah.
course, this is what I love doing.
Ah, well, what a blessing that you were able to walk away from that and
Hmm.
sustain, you have 3 kids and that's great. And I'm
Hmm.
so happy that you've been able to do that. But that is so sweet that you were the one decorating for everyone.
Yes, I
Oh.
was. I was.
Tell me a little bit about like what were you putting? Just like banners or
very simple, like streamers, balloons, confetti around their desks,
Yeah.
stuff like, normal
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So
But
now all your coworkers are like, our little girl has grown up.
yes, yes, and I would be like in the meetings, and I would never talk because I wasn't. Although I was a very good rep, I
Yeah.
did what I had to do. I always met my numbers, but I just, just it's not, I didn't wake up and, oh, I want to be an insurance agent. I can't wait to talk about insurance
Yeah.
today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but if you want to talk about flower walls and what I do, we're gonna have a conversation and we're gonna have to sit
Yes.
down because
Yeah.
I'll go on and on about it.
I love that. Well,
Hmm.
that's really cool. I'm excited that you're sharing that because like I said, if I'm not the only one obviously who is wondering like who is this mysterious girl behind this business? So we know a little bit about you now. Um so when you started this, what year was it when you started Wonderwalls?
I think it was either 2019 or 2020. 2019, I think, and it was what happened was normally our first is I was a photographer for my church.
Okay.
And so I would do that. Well, nothing serious, but it was volunteer work.
Yeah.
And my mom, we were having Thanksgiving, and she's like, "Hey, can you take pictures of us for Thanksgiving?" I'm like, "Of course." And I was like, "You know what? Let me do a backdrop." So that was like my first like backdrop
Oh.
that I did, and it was just linen, like a curtain with like a fall wreath in the middle with hay. And my mom's like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting that." She's like, "I was
Yeah.
expecting like a paper from Amazon."
Yes.
And then my friend Letty, she said, "That looks so cute. Who did the backdrop?" And I was like, "I did, friend." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I'm looking for someone to do my baby shower, but I want balloons too. Do you know anyone?" And I said, "Yes, me." She's like, "You know how to do balloons?" I said, "Yes." I never did balloons ever. So I just got on YouTube and
I love it. Fake it till you make
yes,
it.
yes. And she believed in me and she took a chance on
Oh.
me, even though she didn't know that I didn't know.
Yeah. She
But
still did.
yes. And so I got on YouTube and I looked up how to do a balloon garland, and my first one was like with a clear strip. That's
Yes.
like horrible. I would never do it. Like, or this like
Those are
now.
hard to use. I've
Yes,
tried.
and so I worked on it for probably like 2 days before the baby shower even was there or was, and I actually did a pretty good job, and
Yeah.
then it just took off from there.
Oh, that's good. That's funny.
And then my first flower wall was a paper one from Amazon.
Oh,
I
really?
just came across it the other day, like on my memories. And I remember I was so proud of it because it was Mother's Day for at my church.
Uh-huh.
And so, hey, we need a backdrop for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the pictures.
Aw.
And I was like, well, we need a backdrop. And it was me basically and my friend Lorene. And she's like, hey, I seen these cool paper flower walls on Amazon. We should get it. And so we got it and we used it at church and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And I would have never thought ever that the paper flower wall from Amazon 3 years ago would lead me to like this.
Yeah.
I would never have thought that ever in my life.
Gosh, that's so cool to hear that it blossomed for you.
Yes, it
And
did.
she's gone from paper to these big extravagant things now, but that's so sweet. So is that kind of like I guess maybe your favorite memory from doing it this whole time
It
now?
is. It is because like when I just saw it the other day it was like a story, like I said, a memory.
Hmm.
And I almost cried. I didn't cry, but I just like,
Yeah.
wow. I was so proud of it with music in the background, like
Yeah.
putting on my Facebook.
It gave you the feels. Facebook always gets you with those like
Yes.
memories, right? I'm like,
Mhm.
stop it, Facebook. We don't want to be crying at work.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let me see. So, I guess when you started out and now, was it just you in the beginning? Do you have any help now? Like, because those things look
Uh,
heavy. Are they heavy?
yes, they are. Well,
Yeah.
the flower walls we know they are heavy, and but I guess might be used to it by
Yeah.
now. And I carry them by myself. But before, like when I first started, who would help me was my ex-husband at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, did he kind of help, like, bring it to fruition a little bit, or was he kind of just like there when you needed help? He would help you.
He no, yeah, he would, he would kind of push me and motivate me,
Yeah.
and he was an entrepreneur himself too, so I do have to kind of give him credit.
Yeah.
He did push me. He did tell me like, you can do this. There's life outside of like 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and so I do have to give him that credit.
Yeah.
But
Oh, well, that's really sweet. And
mhm.
even considering, I mean, there is an X in there, but you're
Yes,
still being, you
hmm
know, thankful for whatever
Yeah.
help he helped you with.
Yes.
So it does seem like a lot of work. You mentioned it's obviously like people book things mostly on the weekends. How does that kind of play into like your day-to-day life? Is that, yeah, does it take up all your weekend?
Sometimes it does, and it used to in the beginning.
Hmm.
But I've learned to um, schedule and prioritize things for myself. So
Yeah.
let's just say, for instance, yes, of course, if I'm blessed enough to have a full weekend,
Hmm.
then I'm working because my business is my priority.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. But if I have something scheduled, I'll just hire somebody to pick it up. I'll drop it off, or and then I'll have somebody pick it up. Or if I have multiple, like, and sometimes I have them in different cities,
Yeah.
so I'll have to hire someone to do it. I taught my son how to install the flower walls, and
Yeah.
then I have a friend named Paul. He does them too. He's my friend, Felicia's cousin.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So you're doing it in other cities, like about how far out have you gone so far?
Austin.
Austin. Okay,
Mhm.
that's pretty far. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. I'm going to Austin Friday actually.
Oh my goodness. She's booked and busy, honey. I guess how far out are you booked? Like,
I just booked a wall December 2025.
oh my goodness.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's so good
Because,
though. Yeah.
yes, I love it because when we were talking about a wedding, they want to make sure that they have these things and they
Yes.
schedule out things way far in advance because they want to make sure that they have that whatever
Hmm.
that they do want and get
Yeah.
things out of the way.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
yeah.
I was like kind of looking through all your different walls. I noticed that you named them after, they're like feminine names.
Hmm.
Are they named after people in your life
Some of
or?
them, most of them are,
Yeah.
um, except for Penelope and Valentina. The red one, Valentina, I just think it sounds like sexy and
It
romantic.
it does.
And that wall gives me like romantic and sexy vibes.
Hmm.
So no one in my life is named Valentina that I know. I just
Yeah.
like that name. My
Yeah.
friend Sandra helped me name that name.
Oh, okay.
It was between Sophia and Valentina.
Okay.
And then Penelope, I don't know where I got that from, but
I like it.
I like it too. I like the
It's so
name.
flirty, Penelope.
Yes,
Yeah.
and yeah,
And
so
Valentina is like sexy vibes, sultry vibes. And that's what you're using a lot for because you're doing weddings. And like I said, you also do boudoir shoots. People are booking the red one for that, right?
yes, yes, that's my friend
Yeah.
Danny. He's a photographer and he has used the red wall for his shoots
Yeah.
for his yeah.
I feel like I'd be so nervous. I love asking questions. I like
Mhm.
being on this side of the like I say camera, but it's on camera right now.
Mhm.
But put me in a position where like I'm not the one in control and I'm so awkward. Don't know how to act, don't know what to say. So I get it like when you're nervous coming over here,
Yes.
but I'm like don't be
That's how I
nervous.
feel right now too. I've never done a shoot like that with my walls. Maybe one day, but
Yeah.
today's not the day. I'm like, I want it for y'all.
Today is not the day. Okay, so we talked about you're able to be full-time flower walls. That just happened this year.
Yes, yes.
That's awesome. We
Hmm.
talked about your favorite memory. Is there anything that you're looking forward to this year? I still consider us at the start of the new year.
We definitely are. What I'm looking forward to this year is I do plan to get more inventory. I plan to completely be done with balloons because, like I said, I have a few straddlers
Yeah.
bookings that I have. I'm looking forward to working with more corporate.
How many events are you booking per weekend? What's ideal?
Maybe like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think last year I did 192 events.
Whew.
Yeah, I use HoneyBooks. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No.
so it's just a system or an app, and it'll tell you um, how many events that I booked, how many weddings that I had, or like what type of event. So when I book an event, I'm like, hey, how did they hear from me? Instagram or Facebook? Instagram is my main source where I get my leads, and it'll tell me, are they a returning client? Facebook, Instagram, even Marketplace. I've slowed down on having to book or to post on Marketplace
Yeah.
because of Instagram.
Are you getting a lot of word of mouth referrals as well?
I do. I do get a lot of word of mouth. I do get a lot of returning clients because once I am there, I do talk to them
Hmm.
and I guess I post them and then they just feel like,
Yeah.
part of me and I feel a part of like their special day too. I'm forever going to be a part of, in their pictures and
Hmm.
that really fulfills my heart. My favorite thing is after the wedding is when they make their profile picture with my flower wall in the background.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the picture with them.
Yeah.
Because those are my girls. I call them my girls.
You're so cute.
they're my girls, yes. Um, I I live for that.
Yeah.
Live. And just when they post a picture with my flower wall, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love that for
Mhm.
you. How many walls do you have? Do you know?
I think this is really bad and I should know,
Or
but I
approximately.
think 10,
Okay.
maybe 11 or 12
Yeah.
with my arches.
Your arches.
I recently got those new arches. And I'm constantly like living on Instagram. I study like the newest wedding trends, what's
Mhm.
coming. I actually sold a wall. Her name was Cher.
Share.
Yeah, just because she was cute, she was flirty, but she wasn't where I see Wonder Walls.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
hmm
How long does it take for you to like put one together?
Um, like 15, 20 minutes
Okay.
max.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
when I'm there doing the install, it takes me about 15, 20 minutes to set
but
up.
I mean, like when you're bringing it to life from idea in your brain to like getting it ready to roll, how long does that take you
Oh,
to
like
like
when
from start to finish building it essentially?
oh, like the pattern?
Yeah.
Or oh, okay. So I work with someone and I told them like, "Hey, I have this idea."
Yeah.
If it's not already created,
Mhm.
you know, I have this idea, or like we'll get flowers together
Mhm.
and they create a sample and they'll send it to me and I'm like, no, or yes,
Mhm.
add this, take away that. So that the making process maybe about like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then actually putting the flower wall together can take 2 to 3 weeks to actually make it because it's
Make
like
it.
labor, like, every
Yes.
single flower. It takes a long time and a
Yeah.
lot of flowers.
I feel like I saw somewhere that did somebody steal one of your walls?
Yes, they did. They stole Isabella. Yes.
Not
And you
Isabella.
know what? I don't know anyone named Isabella either. I just love the look at Isabella.
Isabella. I love
So I love
it.
it. I just love that name. So
Did you get her back? Is she still missing?
she is missing somewhere in the wilderness, but I had her remade. She's
Okay.
cloned.
Okay. Same name?
Same name,
So a
yes.
twin,
Same name.
essentially. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that sucks. Tell me what happened?
So this is a big venue. This is like maybe 300. This venue hosts 300 people, and I do this all the time.
Mhm.
And I asked the venue, hey, can I come back, the next day to pick up my wall? That's a normal activity for vendors. If not, then I'll come and pick it up. No worries. But I just had multiple that day. So if I could come back to Floresville the next day, that would be perfect. And they said yes.
Sorry, I'm from Floresville. By the way,
Oh, well,
like I know I'm like, who took her wall?
yes, yes. And so it was Floresville Event Center.
Yeah.
And so when I went over there to where I installed it initially and it was gone. And sometimes, that they'll take it down, the venue,
Yeah.
and they'll put it somewhere. This is normal behavior, right? So I'm not even worried at that point. I'm thinking maybe they put it in a storage because of they were cleaning or whatever.
Yeah. They were being helpful.
Yes,
So
yes.
you thought.
And this happened before. So I went to the coordinator and I said, "Hey, I'm with Wonder Walls. I'm here to pick up my flower wall." And she goes, "Oh, that was picked up already." And I said, "Well, no, I was like, I'm the owner and it's not in my possession." And she said, "Nope, two men came and they picked it up." And my heart dropped. I just immediately started crying.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Yes.
would have cried too.
Yes, and she had only been rented twice at that point.
Ugh.
I had her for 2 weeks. She was really fresh, maybe even 7 days, because
God.
She came to me. She arrived on Wednesday. I had a wedding with her on Saturday. I asked the bride to switch what she had originally ordered, and I
Uh-huh.
said, "Hey, I know you got this, but I have this. Do you want to switch it? I think it's prettier."
Yeah.
And she
Ugh.
said yes, and so she used it. And then I had another one the next week, and that was where it got stolen.
Gosh.
And nobody knew anything. Supposedly they didn't have
I was
cameras.
gonna say you would think that a
It was a
venue.
huge venue.
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, can we please roll back the cameras?" And they said they didn't have cameras supposedly. So I
Ugh.
was I called the
Girl.
bride. I'm like, "Hey, by any chance did your family come and think that it was yours and take it?" No, no. And she was real helpful, posted it as well. She had no idea. So I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all I can do is, look for it. And I posted like in Floresville, to
Yeah.
look out for it. I reported it, but hopefully it'll come up one day. But I haven't came across it. But yeah, she's gone. Isabella, there's two Isabellas here.
Isabella, we need to find her. Help bring our girl home.
Yes. When it came out, like I was getting a lot of good responses for
Yeah.
it. They love
Yeah.
the pattern of the walk, especially for weddings,
Yeah.
but they liked
Well,
it too much.
well, here's a PSA. If you know where Isabella is, the OG Isabella, or
Yes.
you were at that wedding in Floresville, what month was this?
Oh my gosh. October and November.
October or November of 2023,
Yes.
honey. And you saw two men come roll up and take her wall. Give us a tip. Come on, let us like get it back to her. That is awful. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
That's okay. It's just a learning curve now.
It is.
Yeah.
What have you learned since then? I guess you like make sure to go day of or
Well, yes, and air tag my walls because
oh yeah.
so now
Yeah.
I'm like looking at my phone.
I'd be
Like I want to make
paranoid
sure
too.
my walls are there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I done it for 3 years. It's never happened. I'm not too worried about it or scared of it
Yeah.
because material things are replaceable. However, I do work hard for these things.
Yes.
I do,
That's
and
the thing. I don't like when
yeah.
people are just like taking from somebody. It's
Yes, yes.
yeah.
And then also, so when it was taken, she was supposed to be at a wedding the next weekend. So not only like I was sad for myself because that's how I provide for my children, but I'm my brides. I'm like they wanted these things at their wedding and
Yeah.
to not have those things because someone wants to just take it. I was devastated. I was calling my bride, like even cried and like
Yeah. I'm sure they
yes,
understood it was out of your
she
control.
did.
Yeah.
She did. And then I like gave them more than
Yeah.
what they
Mhm.
ordered because I felt so bad.
Yeah.
But
And
everything ended up turning out working out.
I'm glad it did, but I'm also like shame on the event center for A not having their shit together.
Yeah.
Because you should be keeping track of your vendors and
Right.
know better.
Yes.
Show me
Yes.
some proof before you're taking off with this enormous floral wall, you
Yes,
know?
especially that I dropped it off. They would think
Yes.
that they would see me, but this place was so huge, and they were probably
Yeah.
just in their offices.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Well, I'm not glad it happened to you, but I am
Mhm.
glad that you learned from it and that you were able to rebound with another Isabella. So,
Yes. Yes.
okay, so I wanted to ask you, you're doing all kinds of events. We talked about it a little bit. Floral walls, like, are the new balloon garlands. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
feel like it's the step above. Have
Hmm.
you noticed a lot of other competition in San Antonio?
There is competition, but I think me and another girl is probably the top two. And I say that like very humble because I could switch really quick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I feel like me and this other girl, I feel like we have two different styles. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like we compete with each other. However, we are probably like the top two in San Antonio,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very biased, but
Well, yeah, but
I.
I mean, you can speak on it, and it's not like you're
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, I'm number one." You're recognizing that there's someone else out there that's like
There
similar.
is. There is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we won't name names though.
We're not gonna do that. I love you, but
We're not going to do that
we're
today.
frienders. I call them frienders,
Oh,
but
I love all your slang.
yes, we're frienders, but yeah.
Okay, so out of all of the events that you do, I mean, do you do quinceañeras? Yes,
Yes,
right?
quinces, sweet 16s, weddings. I'll do pretty much anything,
Any
but my
event, yeah.
focus is, those top three, weddings, quinces, and sweet 16s.
What out of the three, if you could pick, I mean, do you have a favorite to do?
Weddings.
Weddings.
I
Why?
just love.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah,
It's and I love to see when all of the vendors like it's a big production to just how we all come together and do this fairy tale um for the bride and groom.
yeah,
And I just love especially when I know when I'm working or it's next to like another top vendor in San Antonio,
yeah,
I just feel like how did I get here in my life?
yeah,
And like sometimes I just take it in like, oh my gosh, God is so good because I would have never thought that he opened doors for
yeah,
me that have been open. I would have never seen myself
yeah.
like there.
Ugh.
But I love weddings.
So those are your pinch me moments, right?
Yes, yes. And I just did, I don't know if you know or not, but I did a wall for the Spurs.
I think I saw that one. That's
Yes,
incredible. Oh,
yes. like I have no words for that too. So when and the thing is I didn't reach out to them and
Yeah.
pitch,
Yes.
my business. I received an email, and I'm so bad with admin work. And I picked a day. I pick a day out of the week um to read my emails.
Yeah.
Or I'll try to do it daily, but I don't. I
Yeah.
really don't. But that day, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna look at my emails,
Mhm.
and it said, Spurs, San Antonio Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Blah blah.
You're like, hold on, let me pick my jaw up from the
Yeah, and I
chair.
said no. I was like, oh, whatever. There's no way. This is spam.
Spam.
Yes, this is spam. And they're like, I'm so interested in your flower walls, and I want you to do a custom wall. And I'm like, there's just no way the San Antonio Spurs is looking for wonder walls. But you know what?
Oh.
There is. There is a
Yes.
way. And like,
Mhm.
yes. So he said, if you have any questions, call me. I was like, I'm not going to email this back. And then I checked to see where it says at.
Yeah.
And it said at spurs.com. I was like, oh, wow, this is probably legit.
Yeah.
It's not a Gmail or like something
Yes.
crazy. So I called it, and he answered. I'm like, hi, this is Jamie with Wonder Walls. I received an email. And they're like, oh, yes, I'm so glad you called. And they told me what they wanted. I emailed them, I pitched to them like a concept. They
Mhm.
loved it, and we went with it.
High five. I'm so happy
Yes.
for you.
Yes, I was
Oh,
so happy about that too.
that's exciting. I hope that those opportunities continue to come your way. I do find it interesting though that like even as someone who you're not technically putting, like we said, yourself out there on
hmm
social media, right? You're still thriving and people are still coming to you. So like no wonder she's like, I don't need to put myself up here.
No, yes, I do. I
Yeah.
do. Yes, I do. That's my goal. I guess that's what I'm looking forward to this year
Yes.
is being behind the camera.
Yeah. Well,
hmm
you're doing good, so I think you'd be good at it. I mean, I think you would do just fine. Okay, so she loves doing weddings and of course any Spurs events. Like let's keep them coming.
Right.
So, I wanted to ask you, I am 2 years away from like my daughter's sweet 16.
hmm
What I see at these venues that people are doing for these like my super sweet 16 bashes, it's insane.
Yes.
What have you seen that's like I mean, I guess in your opinion, like a flower wall, of course, we've got to have it. She's got to be gorgeous, right?
Right.
But like they have like the people that show up with like the bad bunny heads, the big tall robots, like
Yes.
what's the craziest thing? What do you think is too much, I guess?
Nothing. I love
I love
it.
that answer.
It's never too much.
Yeah.
It's never too much at all. Um, I don't. Nothing's too
Nothing?
much.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
like
it
whatever
all.
they
Bring
want,
it
whatever you
all.
can do,
Bring
right?
it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's cool. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know where to begin when we're planning this, but I already know there will be no like, I don't even know. I don't want to say
There will be
anything
a
that
flower wall.
there will be a flower
Wonder
wall.
Walls will be
Yes,
there.
yes, Wonder Walls will be there. But I don't know about like the. Do you know those big head things that I'm talking about?
Yes, but you know what? There's trends.
Yes,
So
in 2
who
years they
knows?
might be.
It might be it's gonna be
Yeah,
another, not character, but artist at that point. Maybe
right.
same concept, but a different
Yeah.
celebrity.
Unlike when I was when I was on the south side when I was in Floresville, like they were so basic. The quinceañeras, the sweet 16s,
Not
like
anymore.
not anymore. Those are like
No.
full on
Like a
a
wedding.
wedding. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. My daughter has not started asking for anything yet, but I can't wait for her to like probably within the next year she's gonna start wanting to really put her input in.
Right. Have you
Um,
started planning yet?
so she just turned 14, so we are going to start planning. Like
Yes.
literally yesterday was her birthday. So
Okay.
so I'm like we have
Yes.
2 years, we're good to yeah.
Yes. I mean, you think so, but
It's still
time
yeah.
goes by so fast,
Yeah.
and to get the vendors that you want, you
Yes.
have to 2 years,
Yeah.
a year for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
hmm
But yeah, we need to start like booking stuff already. So especially if people are booking you 2 years in advance.
Yes, yes. hmm
Okay, so nothing's too much for you. Um, all right. I was gonna do a game with you. Okay.
Okay.
So this is gonna be just like yes or no, rapid fire, but I'll probably ask you like why. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is gonna be wedding edition since weddings are your favorite. Bridal parties that are more than like 10. So 10 girls, 10 guys. Is that a yes or a no for you?
No,
No. Why?
it's for what? I
Yeah.
mean, I, yeah. I mean, that's just ridiculous for me,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, who even has 10 friends
I know.
like
That's
that?
true,
Like
yeah.
close friends like that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's so much to get them together. Let's go get the dresses and making sure it's a no for me.
I'm surprised you said no, because you're like,
Oh.
give it all for the Sweet 16s, but
Yes.
that, no, okay,
Yes,
I'm on
yes.
board with it.
Yes.
All right, so assigned seating.
I don't know about assigned seating, but definitely a few tables that are reserved for like the main,
Yes.
your close friends and family.
Yeah.
But I feel everyone's gonna end up sitting where they want to sit regardless.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Very true.
If anything, a reserved table, not reserved seating. I mean,
Yeah.
assigned seating.
Yes. Okay, yeah, that reminds me, like, when we would show up to families, like a relatives thing, and my mom would always be like, so and so is sitting the closest, and they're like 10th cousin, you know.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm saying. Reserved table for the
Reserve 'em.
close, and then everybody outside. Then.
Okay, what about whenever you give like a color scheme? So you're getting married, you're asking everybody to wear like only neon colors or only white or only black. Like,
Definitely, yes.
yes.
I'm all about like aesthetic
Yeah.
and how it's gonna look in your photos.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. So 100,000% yes.
Ooh, 100,000%. I love it.
Yeah.
What about the dollar dance? Is that a yes or a
no? I like the money portion,
Yes.
but I think it's just too long. It lingers.
It does.
I feel like it's an awkward moment for somebody that
Yeah.
wants to give $1, but then they don't really our money. The
Yes.
person. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a no.
Yeah.
A no. We have to figure out something else other than that.
So I think it's like a cultural thing. I've been to some weddings where they don't do the dollar dance, but they do like it's a loud, like, fast song. I don't know what the song is, but they run through with like a bucket and they.
Is it the train is coming? Or that's like a quince?
That's more quince.
Yeah.
But this one's
yeah.
like, I think it's a Spanish song, but they do. I'd be lying if I made the song up right now, but I know that they've done that, and I'm like, that is a little bit more interactive and fun than
Yes.
the random, like,
Yes. Yeah, that's a no for me.
Yeah. Okay. What about the charanga? Do you know what the charanga
Yes,
is?
like the charanga. Definitely yes, towards the end of the night.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I agree. I'm like, yeah, that song is funny. All right. Final question. Balloon walls at weddings.
No.
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 Why?
I feel like a wedding is luxury, and balloons can be luxurious too, but at weddings it's not appropriate to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, no.
Was there a time before floral walls where you were like, yes?
Maybe because I didn't know and I didn't see these things. I've seen a lot of weddings. And maybe, of course, there was a time that I didn't know. And I've done balloons at a wedding before, and I even told her no. I said, let's do my arches instead.
Yeah.
And she told me, no, I want the balloons.
Yeah.
And it was like my nightmare.
Yeah.
And I hope she doesn't see this.
Well, I mean,
but
it's okay.
It was on her, it looks beautiful, mind you, but it was like on her sweetheart table, like arches, right next to her and her husband. It was like the main focus, and I would say made it like as luxurious as I could.
Yes.
But I didn't agree with it, but we all have different styles.
We all have different styles, but I'm on the same page with you. I feel like balloons, I love them for a baby shower, for a bridal shower. Maybe even the
bridal shower, yes.
But for the wedding, it feels like it just kind of like de-elevates it,
Yes.
No matter, like you said, no matter how much you jazz it up. Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny. Okay, we're gonna like totally go off topic here, okay?
Good.
But I mean, I guess not a little bit.
Okay.
Since we're talking weddings, we're talking marriage, we're gonna play Marry Kill.
Marry Kill.
Yes.
Okay.
But we'll keep it classy, and I'll bleep that, and we'll do Shag Marry Kill, okay?
Okay.
She's got a business to run.
Exactly.
Okay. Drake, Chris Brown,
Shag.
Chris Brown,
Oh,
or Usher?
oh, you're giving me a list.
She didn't
I thought Drake, immediate yes. Did you see the picture that just came out today?
No.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You gotta pull that up. I gotta
Okay.
see.
You know, I'm not gonna pull that up. It's
No?
a lot.
Oh, okay.
His nude got leaked. It was just today. That's the time when you said Drake. I was like, immediate yes.
Well, now I need to see it.
I know. Oh, girl.
Okay.
You're going to have to do a lot of editing. Ow.
No, we're keeping that one in. It's his fault for not. He should have kept it in.
Yeah. That is so funny. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead with the list.
That was like gold. Okay, so Drake, Chris Brown, or Usher?
Am I choosing between the three?
You have to shag one, marry one, and kill one.
Oh, that's hard to know what to kill. I guess let's kill Usher.
Not Usher, but he's gonna perform at the.
I know. I love him. I love all three of them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kill Usher.
Okay.
We're gonna Chris Brown.
Okay.
And we're gonna marry Drake.
Okay. I was like, wait, but I thought you wanted to. Okay, Drake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage material.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next one. We've got Channing Tatum, Paul Rudd, Bradley Cooper. Do you know who those three are?
I do know who they are,
Okay.
but they're none of my interests. I don't know who the middle one is.
Paul Rudd is Clueless, the guy from Clueless.
Which one? Like the cool one?
Yes.
Oh.
Josh.
Josh. He was so cool, but
She's
we're going to have to kill him.
I love Josh. She doesn't love Josh.
He was so cool in the movie, but we're going to go and kill him. Channing. What was the other one? Bradley
Cooper, yeah.
Yeah, he's sexy, so we're going to have to do him.
Okay.
And then we're going to have to marry Channing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get on board with that. Okay, I don't have this one down, but I'm going to give you one more. And so we're going to do, I'm trying to think of celebrity names. What's the guy? Seth Rogen.
Show me a picture.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah. You know what? I'm thinking
Jonah
Hill is the one that lost a lot of weight.
He did, yeah. But
Who's
Seth
Rogen too?
Rogen did too.
Oh, okay.
Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, and I guess they were all in Superbad together. So we're just going to keep it. And Michael Cera. Those are your three.
Okay, I've heard, I've seen, obviously, them. None of them are my type. But going off of their characters, they all seem like really funny guys. I feel so bad. Let's see. Jonah's gonna have to die. What is that one? The second one?
Seth Rogen.
Seth. I don't know. I can't imagine having sex with any of them. But I guess I'll have sex with Rogen, and then we'll marry him.
Michael Cera, you're getting the wedding.
Yeah.
You're getting the flower wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we said they're not your type. So what is your type?
I have a type. I feel like, oh gosh. Okay, Mexicans with beards and taller than me for sure. Mexicans
with beards and how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
5'4".
But like 5'9", 10 is probably the minimum.
Yeah.
9's pushing it.
9's pushing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely has to be 5'10" or taller.
Yes.
Mexican and beard. I don't know. I didn't even know that I had a type until I wasn't married. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable answering, but
it's fine.
Does your ex-husband fall in that category?
He definitely does. And so I always get that, like, hey, he looks like your ex-husband. I'm like, oh gosh.
So you're like, okay, I do have a type.
I do. I definitely do.
How long were you guys married?
We were married for 10 years.
10
together
years.
for like 20.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so like high school? Is that
High school, yeah, we were high school sweethearts.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Same with my husband and I. We're actually on our 10th year this
Oh,
year.
congratulations.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Marriage is so hard though, like as great and wonderful as it is, I'm sure you can attest to that. It's hard and it's work,
Definitely
Yeah.
is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she likes not a short Mexican.
Gosh, no.
She likes a taller Mexican. Because if you're Mexican and you're taller than 5'9", 5'10", that's considered tall, right?
Yeah.
For Mexican.
For me,
for
oh,
Mexican men.
that's true. Yes, yes, yes.
With a beard. A full beard or like goatee kind of like.
No, like a full beard. Not the goatee's not enough for
Not
me.
oh, she likes it furry.
I like to like go like comb it.
You're like, come here, baby. Let me
Yeah.
rub your face.
Just like that. Yes.
That's so funny. My husband has like not a by no means could he grow a full beard, but I like when he gets a little bit of like stragglers. His sisters will be like, "You look so gross, shave it," and I'm like, "No, I
You like the
his little-"
ruggedness?
Yeah, I'm like, "He knows he's
Yes.
got fuzzies. I like it."
I could definitely feel you on that.
All right, Jamie. I think that we have covered it all. Is there anything you want to add? First, we definitely need to plug your social handles.
Okay, yes. Instagram is Wonderwalls, like plural with the S _SA, and Facebook is Wonderwalls SA as well.
Is that the best spot for people to reach out if they want to book anything?
Yes. Wonderwalls on Facebook and Instagram, and I just recently got a website. It's wonderwallssa.com, but it's under construction. That
Okay.
is so time consuming.
Tell me
So
about it.
hopefully that's my goal in the next 2 weeks to get that out.
Okay.
So I'm working on that this next 2 weeks.
Can you believe we were out here like coding MySpace pages when we were in high school and stuff?
Yes, that took the time.
Yeah.
That's what I got to do with this website.
Yeah. Okay, well, it'll be rolling out soon. If you have anything you need a booking, says weddings, sweet 16s, celebrations of life, boudoir photos, she's your girl. And of course, I'm your girl for your podcasting, right? Thank you so much for listening to Lady on the Street podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode because I sure as hell did. Thank you so much again, Jamie. I'm so excited for what this year brings to you. And here's to hoping that you book all those Spurs gigs, girl.
Yes, thank you.
And get Isabella back.
Yes, that too. Yes, thank you.
All right, bye.